Alright, Shalom. It's your brother Yarash Amar from the GMS Champaign, Illinois branch. For all things, we want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Alright, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Alright, Shalom. Let's play some of this article. Video. Play some of this clip from the beloved brother Arrows of Indignation 144. Alright. And yeah, let me just go ahead and play it and filter it out with the scriptures.
There is no reason for a man to behave like a gentleman with a prostitute. That's kind of the whole selling point. That would be ridiculous at best and wasteful and dangerous at worst. So that's the answer to the question that began this series. Where are all the gentlemen? They disappeared when the lady went extinct. And it wasn't men who killed her. Women have proudly fought tooth and nail to escape the social restrictions that define that identity over the past 60 years. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that modern women want the best of both worlds. They want the social freedom of the prostitute and the respectability of the lady. And that just doesn't make sense. Like, one person can't be both a lady and a prostitute at the same time. If these designations are to have any meaning whatsoever, they need to be grounded in objective phenomena. And while it's always kind of easy for a lady to become a prostitute, it's very, very difficult for a prostitute to become a lady. It is possible, like the Empress Wu, who started out as a concubine in Chinese history, but it is much more difficult than the opposite. So let's be real. The standard template for women's behavior in the sexual marketplace today is to engage in casual sex without commitment through their 20s and then settle down into marriage around 30. That is, they want to enjoy the social freedom of a prostitute for 10 to 15 years, and then they want the respectability of a lady for the rest of their lives. And unfortunately, that doesn't make sense to men. In fact, this is exacerbated even further by recent dating trends. The rise of soft life girls and women who say reject coffee dates and expect greater effort from men drive this point home. These women do not complain.
Alright, I'm gonna grab this real quick. Alright, this is Sirach 25 and 23. It says, "A wicked woman abideth the courage, maketh of heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees." So these women have gone completely against nature, and they have become an enemy unto men, right? And you see it the most within the so-called black woman, which feminism has over here in America has hit all these women, but it's just ran really rampant with Eve, man, with the so-called, with the tribe of Judah. All right, first and foremost, they have just gone completely against nature, right? And you see it daily. It says, "Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die." All right, so back in the garden, right, when everything was, the world was perfect, no work, right, no suffering, no death, all right. The serpent, who is the sons of the wicked, right? The sons, right? The woman was taken by their philosophies, man. Right? They took on worshiping other gods and all into their ideology, right? Because it uplifted the woman, and through that, right, it brought death through the world, man. Right? It brought death through the world. It says, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad." All right, because these women ain't supposed to be able to just be in clubs, getting, wasted, getting drunk, all right, sleeping with multiple men. In the ancient world, all these women would be considered prostitutes. But in this modern society, these women expect you to, still provide, protect, while they just, slurping up every dude they feel attracted to, man. And you better just accept it. That's why the Lord can't come back any quicker, man. Cause we need him. We need him to come back and put righteousness back in this place, cause it's totally out of order, man. Totally out of order and wicked. All right.
That men are expecting sex without marriage. They complain that men are being stingy with their resources. Does this sound like a lady who is upset she is being treated like a prostitute? Or like a prostitute who is clamoring for a raise? Let's do some math. Dinner for two at a high-end restaurant, $200. Taxis there and back, $60. After dinner drinks, $80. That comes to around $350 out of pocket. So when women today insist that they only consent to dates where they are wined and dined, they think they are communicating that they are high-valued ladies who know their worth, when in reality, they are advertising that their sexual opportunity costs $350, which is actually on the low end when it comes to escorts in most major Western cities. On some level, this makes these women both unsuccessful ladies and unsuccessful prostitutes. They're unsuccessful ladies because a lady would not transact her sexual opportunity outside of commitment, and they're unsuccessful prostitutes because, well, the successful ones charge more. And that's where we are in today's day and age. A lady is a woman with a relatively low body count, which means that she's only transacted her sexual opportunity outside of commitment a few times, who expects greater...
Right, which, even doing it over one time, it's out the body, man. In ancient times, man, a woman would know one man her whole life, right? Unless, the husband, he died off. And then she could be remarried. But, these women... That's under the rulership of Esau Edom, man, which is the devil, which they have made this a norm over here, all right? And you have seen the destruction of the family, right? You see the destruction of the household, man, being under a matriarch, which is a household that's ran by the woman, and not a patriarch, which is ran by the fathers. So this is Sirach 3:9. It says, "For the blessing of the father established the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations." Right? So yeah, these women are plucking their household down, man. Right? What you got over here in America? What, 1 in 4 black women are married? Right? Only 1 in 4. Which this is not considered biblical marriage, because sex is marriage according to the Bible, but just that union of a family, right? It's only 1 in 4, and then women, they initiate, I believe, like up to 80% of divorces. So they're plucking the household down, man. They're destroying the family, chasing fairy tales that Esau has put out there. Right? There's this Disneyland. Shit, man, that's not gonna profit you none. Let me grab that. Proverbs, the 14th chapter, I believe. Here it is. So this Proverbs 14:1, it says, "Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands." Yeah, all right. So a woman will pluck her own household down, right? Because she's a foolish woman. Stupid, all right? And you see that so heavily within Eve, man. You see that so heavily within our people, right? Even the Hispanic woman, all right? being over here, hey, usually they're a little more family orientated, all right. But hey, they become straight whores as well, man. Especially in these major cities, man. You go to Chicago and L.A. and all those where you got a large Hispanic population, and they've been introduced and indoctrinated into so-called black culture, man. And they just become hoes, man. Right? They just become hoes. Right? I had a wife, hey, from the Latin tribes, and hey, she was a whore. Right? Straight whore, man. Hey, but that's what America teaches you, man. Right? And that's why this place has to be done away with, man. This place, it has to go. So this is where is it at? Sirach 26 and 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, all right, which is spit. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. So, yeah, these harlot, hey, they're not worth shit, man. The modern woman ain't worth a damn thing, man. I always talk about this with brothers, and we bring it up. Hey, these women rather suck your rod, right? Excuse my French, but they'll rather, participate in giving you some type of oral, fixation before they cook you a damn meal, man. I've had women, all right, Eve, all right, so-called black woman, where I want to pick their brain, and hey, they put making you a meal above, all right, just letting you enter them, no condom or no nothing, which you can give these women a disease and vice versa. But they'll accept that before they cook a meal for a man. That's how destroyed the so-called black woman mindset is, man. That's how low they've come. All right? From listening to the damn devil, man. Going to verse 23, it says, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Yeah, because not in this time necessarily, right? But in the latter days, all right, as we get closer and closer to making this move, all right, brothers are going to be flooded with women. And that's not what brothers are looking for, but that's what's going to happen, man. That's what's prophesied to happen, because these women are going to be humbled. And the ones that the Lord deemed worthy to make it out of here, he's going to align them with men of the Lord, man. All right, so hey, it's coming, man. It says, a dishonest woman condemneth shame, but an honest woman reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. All right, so a bitch. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. All right, this is what the Lord is looking for, man. It says, but she that is dishonor of him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. Yeah, because a lot of these women are just fucking proud, man. All right, that's why they can't submit. All right, they refuse to humble down because they're full of fucking pride, man. And they have multiple sex partners, man. And the more sex partners you have as a woman, all right, it becomes harder and harder to pair bond with people, with your mate and with your child, man. All right, because you have all these different spirits on you, man. When a man goes into you, all right, and lets his load off, all right, he's putting spirits on you, man. All right, but women, they don't understand that. That's why there's so many mental issues amongst women, man. I believe it's 1 in 4 in that. If I can remember correctly, all right, that they're on antidepressants. All right, but let them tell it. Hey, they happy being single. They're happy, with the way their life going. They're happy with just getting useless degrees and so on and so forth. All right, that everything's just great in their life. All right, but the statistics say otherwise, man. All right, and the Lord says otherwise, man. All right, this is not natural, man.
Upfront resource expenditure in the courtship process. And I think it's fair to say that this is so far from the original definition of the word lady that we probably shouldn't keep using it. Though the residual connotations are certainly beneficial to the women who have appropriated it. And this isn't likely to change anytime soon. Why? Because a woman who tries to put sex on the other side of commitment today is going to be priced out of the sexual marketplace, especially if she is not a young virgin. This is because she'd be making her sexual opportunities significantly more expensive relative to her intersexual competition. And people, men and women, don't pay more than they need to for any given good. So such a woman would frankly have to be so extraordinary in so many other respects that such a strategy would be inaccessible to most women by definition. And besides, women have shown no indication that they want to go back to the way things were. The general feeling here is that women should be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, with whomever they want, etc. The general understanding is that marriage is a convention that was based on patriarchal repression of women. They didn't get anything good out of that, being ladies. And any convention that restricts modern women's permissiveness is going to be perceived as controlling and repressive. And it's like, fair enough. I also love my freedom a lot, so I can understand why women would be loath to dispense with theirs. Nor am I arguing to go back to the way things were. They can't. The genie does not go back into the bottle. What I am arguing is that we all see reality as clearly as possible and make decisions in light of that vision.
Alright. So I'm gonna grab this and I'm ending right here. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. All right, so eventually the Lord is going to cut you off, all right, from this lifestyle, all right, from Section 8, from all these things that put you above the man, all right, link. All these things are going to be cut off. And the only thing that's going to be able to protect you is a man in that day, man, all right? So it's going to humble a lot of you women. And in this day, it's not going to be any average man. It's going to be a man of the Lord, man, which is going to be very scarce, right? Hey, majority of you women are going to perish in that day, man. Hey, because you have been reckless, right? Talking shit. Hey, and the Lord, hey, he's going to deal with that, man. So I'm going to end it right there. And Lord willing, it was edifying for the elect's sake. So with that, I'm going to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Till next time, Akim, Shalom.